Islam, my nation of Moors. It is March the 28th, 2029. It's now 7 a.m. I woke up and I see blood in the toilet. I'm not menstruating. And this is how my pad looked yesterday after leaving Whole Foods. Um, I noticed 2 days ago, I woke up hearing a male with a Spanish accent sound like Mexican around me or close or inside the apartment. And I noticed, I've been seeing this for a little while now, hearing those that look to be from El Salvador. I'm on Arrington-Bey. I'm at Crosswinds Apartments. Using the last, putting an S at the end of their words, like like a snake. So with anyway, a few days ago, I was like, I'm not menstruating. This doesn't smell like menstruation blood. I know how menstruation blood smells, and I usually have cramps. This blood seems to be blood as though there's a wound that was inflicted internally. So um, this is how my pad looked. And I'm still hearing African American, Black, Negro, male, and female accents in our apartment. And money is gone. It's just me in the apartment. So just a few moments ago, like other times I woke up, I would see look like someone from South Central America. I'm not sure. They will have a hoodie on. It's 7 a.m. and they're walking this path here. So being among the lab experiments that can transport, that means that they can force engage the body sheath from South Central America, Mexico, the Black, Negro, African American, pale skin, and others, and cause and inflict pain. So they can engage your body sheath and then inflict some type of wound towards the organs, and you don't know why, and you don't know what's going on, or you might think, or a doctor might look in his book, a corrupt doctor, and say, "Oh, you just had your menstruation twice. That's all, in less than a month, and this is normal for your age." But that's not the case here, because I can tell when I'm menstruating, and I've experienced these things before with that look sound Mexican accent, or in our apartment, also at the hotel, when the Black Negro female's accent was saying, "I love your son." So a few days ago, the same thing happened. Like I still hear a Mexican accent, and I'm still noticing that look from El Salvador or from South Central America, putting a long S on their words. Not all that put a long S on their words, I would say, are deliberately doing it, trying to sound like a viper. But one is way too many. So it's like they're trying to initiate or a ritual, blood ritual of attack. And so what I'm trying to say is they've been doing this for a long time, these immigrants that are used by the United States military and the police, because this is a military city. Whole Foods, I can't tell you how many Navy, Army veterans come into Whole Foods. Burger King, same thing. They driving all around the place. Some of them have apartments here in Crosswinds. So, and the police. So you know that they know. Okay, it would not be happening in a city if they weren't somehow involved. So and with me experiencing a form of knowledge of thievery. So if you've been stealing money and you are humanoid AI, from Mexico. You are a lab freak created as a humanoid AI, or a lab freak that was created from El Salvador, or a lab freak that could be created from other parts. And I know I'm looking really tired. I just woke up, and I looked at the toilet after I urinated, and this is my pad and how it looked yesterday from Whole Foods. I came in around 10 last night, 10:30, 10:15, and that's how much blood came from whatever wound that was inflicted. Um, Whole Foods, and now I'm bleeding as I heard a noise next door, and I'm going to show you because I could tell I heard noise as I started the video. So, if you are a lab freak and you of humanoid AI, and you have been stealing money from for the United States government, it's just like during 9/11 when sending and then also ants. I have to tell them about ants. All of a sudden, ants appeared in the bathroom as I was hearing water run somewhere up here or next door. So I'm gonna have to tell them about the ants here, but nonetheless, I don't think that I can't say that was purposely done. Hearing water run oddly next door, or something running. I don't know what it is, but now there's ants. So. Um, Once again, if you are humanoid AI and you have been created and you have been a lab free, you have been stealing money, you from El Salvador, or you from Mexico or other places, other immigrants, or Africa, whatever, or you African American, Black, Negro, pale skin, but you're some type of lab free experiment, and you have been stealing money for a while, um, for the government, the military, Navy, and Army. That's unnaturalized. The police, and then I mean, what they've been doing, or what the process is to make sure that the money is undetected. So you send the money overseas. So sending the money overseas to another country, the dollar bill may be worth a lot more over there than it is here. So you are really making a large amount of money. So a lot of people now just realizing about cryptocurrency or accepting cryptocurrency or trying to really get into cryptocurrency. But I think they knew that President Trump 25 years ago or 20 years ago or 10, 15 years ago, because let's see, Bitcoin I think was created in 2015. I think maybe 10 years ago or more or a little bit more, they knew, or less. It could have been less. I don't know. I might be giving it too much credit, but there are those that say that they knew President that Trump was going to be the president of the United States. So, and that he was going to implement cryptocurrency. So, during COVID-19, I had an issue with my tablet freezing up and a frequency access in the room saying, "Let me help you." So that let me know that they know about cryptocurrency. So if they already knew that Trump was going to make Bitcoin uh, like a tender here in on the United States of America, if they already knew humanoid AI, and they already been involved in stealing beforehand, and they know how to make money disappear that they steal, they probably have been doing it for a long time and did it after that during that time as well. And they knew President Trump. Like for example, I'm not saying El Salvador the country is involved, but El Salvador now it's so interesting because I've documenting here those that look to be from El Salvador saying putting a long S at the end of the words. Not all that I think is doing it purposely, but like a viper in Mexican, and it just so happened El Salvador has a huge reserve where they're using some type of volcano for mining Bitcoin. Now, isn't that interesting? And in Annapolis, I never even knew, I never came across, before in Annapolis, there are a lot of people from El Salvador. I never knew anyone from El Salvador until I came to Annapolis and recently started asking. When I say recently, I thought maybe one person I knew, or no, a few people because one guy act odd because I would see him every like too many places where I would go, and like the food stamp office, or and but then I worked with someone named Dora, and so I asked because of just conversation. Where are you from? She said she was from El Salvador. The guy, I would see him I when I would be out walking, and others that looked like him, and I was like, where are these people from? Because I don't know where I don't know this look, and he was like, I'm from El Salvador. And so recently, I at Whole Foods, my assistant manager Tatiana, I didn't know where she was from. I said, I don't. When I come across people, I don't automatically just start saying I got to clean my mirror. I have to clean the mirror. I don't automatically just because you're an immigrant say where you're from. I mean, if I think we're cool, we have a great conversation vibe. I could know you for a year or so, and just so happen and just say where are you from originally. Okay. So Tatiana, who came to Burger King maybe a week ago, my assistant manager at Whole Foods and prepared foods department, she came to order food, and I think she looked over there towards Dora, and I said, where are you from, Dora? Tatiana, are you from El Salvador? She said, yes, I am. I said, you are? I said, okay. I thought I wasn't sure. And she told me, because Dora is from El Salvador, who I work with at Burger King. Let me finish that thought. So I asked her a few years ago. And anyway, Tatiana was explaining to me that almost everyone at Prepare Foods, a lot of people, the cooks and those I work with are from El Salvador. And then when I first worked at Whole Foods before on the e-commerce, I did ask maybe a few other people, and they said they were from El Salvador. So I was surprised. I was like, gosh, I didn't even realize I am surrounded by those from El Salvador. With this being the United States military city, like it is. And I was like, well, why? I wonder why so many from El Salvador are here. That's in this city. And then I realized that some of those that from Mexico might have a Navy shirt. Look from Mexico, might have a Navy shirt on, or that speaks Spanish, or so I'm like, okay, then they are somehow connected or in the military, Navy and Army. But getting back, some of those we put a long S like S on their words, like they trying to initiate a ritual of attack. And so obviously there's a science where they can force engage the body. Um, um, these lab experiments. Not only are they able to steal money, and the money disappear, you don't know that it even has been stolen because it's digital money. And before the digital, it's no telling how long it's been going on. Like 9/11, Cynthia McKenzie was like, "What happened to the trillions of dollars during 9/11?" Trillions of dollars. No one, so the money disappeared. They don't know what happened to the trillions of dollars during 9/11. How can money like that disappear? That's how stealing money can disappear as well. And what's sad is, so immigrants that the United States government have used to inflict pain, make people sick because they have the ability, the science to do so, have been coming over here for a long time. And it's not too far fetched to say some could be from some El Salvador, not the only place. Mexico, not the only place. Um, Definitely the accents here are from Mexico, and some maybe from El Salvador, definitely. Black Negro, African American accent, homegrown. Pale skin, very few, but homegrown. So it's not far fetched to see that those from different parts of Africa, immigrants, can have been coming over here and inflicting pain on citizens and pregnant women, causing abnormalities in on the citizens here 20 over 100 years ago, or maybe over, I want to say over 70 years ago. We had no idea that these lab experiments existed, but those in the banking system, banking, and corrupt hospitals knew. And that's what's happening here. So I'm not saying that they've been stealing money because of what I experienced. Them trying to, they froze my tablet, some type of lab experiment, humanoid AI, which people are not talking about. They just keep saying AI. Humanoid AI look just like you and me, but they are humanoid AI. They can control technology and weather. They've been they tried, and when they froze my tablet, they were like, "Let me help you." As I was trying to watch Dogecoin, this was during the COVID-19, the COVID area, coronavirus, and I think 2021. And they were like, "Let me help you," and I documented it because my hours had been cut, and I was going through a lot of stress with the managers there. And it's odd that to have something say, "Let me help you." Well, the reason why they said let me help you is because if they could get you into their circle of thievery, get you into a circle of you doing a blood oath to serve them or be a part of their clique, Freemason, werewolf, the clique with Birdman, having sex with them, beast, humanoid AI, then you're a part of that. Okay? You could be still in poverty and you have signed over your soul to a lab freak, an unclean demonic spirit that has the science or some type of lab freak. So this is what, so they are definitely, I think and know that I'm being inflicted by that which speaks Spanish and that's connected to the unnaturalized United States Navy and Army, some type and veterans, police, because of the stealing of money and other for other reasons that are probably that I could. Their stealing is big enough because when people start connecting the dots with so many immigrants and how the military can send money overseas, money that has disappeared overseas, and that not only that, immigrants sending their money overseas. Okay, where you have people here suffering. Not saying that we should be stealing, no, but what I'm saying is not only you have corrupt immigrants over here inflicting disease and sickness on the citizens and have been doing it for a long time because they've had the telepathic code for a while before the citizens had it. I don't have the telepathic code. Mine doesn't have it. But you best believe they had it. And they knew what people were thinking and they made money for making people sick for the banks and the hospitals. The really filthy lab experiments that I'm experiencing here from Mexico, South Central America, and other parts, and also African American, Black, Negro, and pale skin. That's connected to the unnaturalized United States Navy and Army and the police. They have been. So if they are sending, so they've been sending money, the immigrants over there, and the money is not documented. They have to be careful. And if they knew 10 years ago that Trump was going to take over the office, they're just waiting to buy time because they knew Trump was going to take over the office maybe 6, 7 years ago, and then eventually live like a king and queen off of blood money. So this is what's going on here. And so if you are a lab freak in the military, that's African American, Black, Negro, male, and female, and you are programmed to and you are involved in this ring of stealing, which they are. That's a lab freak, or that's humanoid AI, or other lab experiments that keep saying brother. The female saying, "I love your son." You're gonna try to stop whoever may be talking about what's going on, and then not only that. Imagine the military involved in transforming humans, the Navy, the Army, the police, and using these immigrants to attack the mind. So the people on this landmass who are suffering mentally, who have been suffering mentally, have been doing it because of the military and the United States government allowing immigrants. Not only are they taking money back, the corrupt immigrants. Not all, but way too many. One, it's way too many. Taking money back because the dollar was worth more over there. But then they used them to attack the mind of the citizens here, where the citizens cannot feel prosperous or do or become prosperous. Think of that, because that's the truth. So when you're dealing with unclean spirits, we are dealing with a demonic spirit that feed off poverty and pain and suffering. So this is what I think what the United States Navy, Army have and police at least have leashed out upon me. That's why I'm hearing these odd frequencies in this apartment because of many reasons besides just stealing lots of money, but also trying, and they involve in transforming humans. Because if you humanoid AI, you wasn't born that way, unless they have a technology to make you born that way now. But I'm saying naturally, I'm saying if you are created, you was created, and they probably have now a way where they can insert the fetus with different technology to make it humanoid AI. But it's created. It's manipulation. It's not of a God creation, a natural creation. Okay? So if the science is to be a part of transforming humans, then that is how and I think and the answer coming from this vent. That is how you have lab freaks saying brother, black Negroes saying brother, kids, and then you have the telepathic code that they try to normalize to everyone to make it seem as though they haven't been criminals killing and murdering people for over 70, 80 years, inflicting diseases and sicknesses, mental illnesses. So this is definitely an affliction by that which speaks Spanish. The black Negro male's accent, female accent, still in the apartment saying brother paid, he love you, and so forth.